Hello and welcome back to MoneySense Mondays. The lesson today is for young people between the ages of 5 and 8, and in the next 30 minutes we will be exploring how saving energy saves money. My name is Siobhan and I'm Community Banker here at Ulster Bank. And just a reminder for those of you who are watching live at home today, it would be great if you could leave us a comment with your name or the name of the school that you attend, and we'll try to give as many shout outs as possible. So today I'd like to say a big hello to Ethan Dalsale and to Michael and Fadula McCartan, who I know are watching live at home today. So you may not know this, but by changing the way we live our lives can not only save the planet, it can also save us money. So we can all try to use less energy at home, reuse materials, as well as think about ways to travel differently in order to cause less damage to the environment. Interestingly, a lot of these same choices can actually cost less money, which works out well both for people and for the world that we live in.
That's great, Siobhan. Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Bruno Reed and I'm a primary school teacher, and I'm delighted to be joining you today for the MoneySense Mondays. My job today is to help you work through some fun activities to give you a greater understanding of money. So make sure you all comment who's with us today and we'll give a shout out. So I can see Aoife's here from Our Lady in St. Patrick's. Ethan's here, Siobhan, so he's joined us, as you said. Alana's with us as well, and Ruby Aiken from Glasswater Primary School. So it's great to have you all with us today. We're also joined by, we've got two families with us today. We have Lauren and Sophia. First up, hello.
Hi.
Hi, Sophia.
Hi.
Is there anyone you want to say hello to while you're on?
Yes.
My school,
And what school do you go to?
Kilmaine.
Kilmaine Primary School in Bangor, and she'd like to say hello to your teachers. What are your teachers called?
Mrs. Brown and Mrs. Sampson.
Mrs. Brown and Mrs. Sampson.
That's great. Good girl. We'll be back to see you very soon, okay? And we've also got Claire, Olivia and Nicole joining us today. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Good. Anyone you want to say hello to?
Hi to my school, so to this primary school.
Hi to my cousins, Grace and Michael.
That's great. You've just done that. We'll be with you very soon, okay? So that's great. Thank you very much. We're also joined with Jack, age 6, from Mount Norris Primary School as well. So we're all ready to get started. So we are going to start by thinking about what the term environmentally friendly. Okay, so we want you to tell us what the word or the phrase environmentally friendly means. So you may have heard of this term before, so have a think about what it actually means. Write your thoughts on paper, or if you're watching live, you can leave us a comment and we will read out what you think. So you can see it on the screen. What do you think the term environmentally friendly means? So while you're writing your comments, let's go to Lauren and Sophia to see what they think it means.
Do you know what environmentally friendly is? Have you ever heard of it before? No. It means you have to be
Kinder.
kinder to the environment.
Kinder to the environment. Yes, that's good. Good girl. And let's see what Claire, Olivia and Nicole think.
Being kind to the planet.
Being kind to the planet.
Yeah.
Very good. Being kind to the planet that we live on. Great. That's brilliant. Okay, and I can see someone there's Sarah Aiken, like recycling and planting trees as well. Okay, so well done, everyone. So it's whenever we're looking after the environment that we live in. Okay, so in the next few activities, we're going to be exploring all about how we can be environmentally friendly and make choices which can help us to spend less money and to save some of our pennies. Now, let's hear from Siobhan, who's going to tell us more about saving energy linked to money and how the bank helps to look after the environment.
Okay, so banks can help people to be environmentally friendly by allowing them to borrow money from the bank to become more eco-friendly and buy things such as solar panels for their house or electric cars, for example. Ulster Bank also support companies who are helping to create energy which is much more sustainable, such as wind power, so that's your windmills, and solar power, such as your solar panels, and companies who want to change to become more eco-friendly by giving them the money to do so. So how many of you have either seen windmills or solar panels before? They're pretty cool, aren't they? And in the bank, we also do lots of things, such as we use energy saving light bulbs. We use recycling bins to recycle as much as possible. We also encourage people who work for the bank to try to travel to work either using public transport or perhaps cycling to work or even walking if we live close enough to it. And as well as that, Ulster Bank also aim to reduce how much carbon dioxide they put out into the atmosphere in the next 5 years.
That's great. Thanks, Siobhan. And Joanna is also saying environmentally friendly is nice to the environment. And Esther is joined with Abigail from P2 from St. Comgall's, Antrim, says environmentally friendly is taking care of the wildlife. That's great. Okay, so now we're going to move on to our next activity. So what we want you to do is to think about what is in your house, or look around the room that you're sitting in right now and try and make a list of all the things that use energy and therefore will cost money to use. Okay, so think about all the things in your house or in the room that you're in which use energy and therefore cost money for us to use. So write your ideas on paper or leave your comments if you're watching us live. So if you're struggling from ideas, you could ask a grown-up to help you. So I know in the room that I'm in, I know that I have my lights on at the front, so I know that the lights would use energy. But I try to use energy efficiency light bulbs that don't cost as much money, so that therefore I have more money left over for other things. Okay, so if you leave your comments in, I can see we've got one already in. We've got cooking and we've got heaters. And there's someone saying we have a windmill in the field across the road from us as well. Yes, that's right. I'm sure you'll see lots of them when you're out and about. Okay, so if you add your comments in about things in the room or in your house that use energy, and we'll go over to Lauren first and see what they can tell us. Okay, Lauren and Sophia. So,
what can you see around your house right now that uses lots of energy and electricity?
Archie's house.
Our tortoise's house.
oh, very good.
It uses a lot. What else?
The TV.
The TV. And what else do you think? What does Mummy make a lot of these days, working from home? Using the kettle.
Tea.
She's using the kettle a lot.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, there's some things, isn't there?
Yeah.
That's great. Good girl. Yeah, anything else?
Anything else?
The microwave.
The microwave.
The microwave as well. Good. You were able to come up with them. Well done. Okay, and let's check with Claire, Olivia, and Nicole.
All right, you've come up with quite a few things, haven't you? What did you say, Nicole? You said...
Lights and Alexa.
Oh, yes.
And what about you, Olivia? What did you think of?
Computer, cooker, and phone chargers.
Mm-hmm.
Great. So we've all been able to come up with lots of different things that use energy. There's some other answers coming in. We have a TV. Emma uses a kettle. We have heating as well. So that's great. So I'm sure if you look about, you'll see some game consoles, laptops, TV, charging phones, hair dryers, microwaves. There's so many, isn't there? Okay. So what we want you to do is look at the list that you have made of the items in your home that use energy. And from the list, what object do you think is the most expensive to use? And what object do you think is the least expensive to use? Okay, so think about the list that you have and think about what would cost the most money, what would be the most expensive, and what would be the least expensive. Okay, so put your answers in the comments and we'll read them out. And we'll go over to Lauren and Sophia first and see what they can tell us.
What do you think uses the most in Mummy's house?
Washing machine.
Why?
Because she does a lot of washing.
The washing machine in our house uses the most. And what do you think uses the least? Well, we don't use too much at the minute because it's very light nights, but the lights, couldn't it?
The lights.
The lights use the least, maybe.
That's great, yes. And let's go over to our other family and see what they can think. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Phone chargers.
Okay, so what do you think uses the most then, first of all?
I think the cooker uses the most because it's really big.
Oh, okay.
Very good.
Yeah. And what do you think would use the least out of our list?
I think phone chargers would use the least.
Maybe. I'm not sure. What do you think? Would you pick that? What one would you say?
I'd say maybe the light.
What do you think would use the least? Maybe that one? Maybe the lights? If you use energy efficient light bulbs like Bronagh.
That's right. Yes, that's a good idea. Yeah. Okay. Well done. That's great. We have other answers coming in. Martin tells L, expensive is the oven. Cheapest would be the phone charger. Abigail says the oven as it's on for a longer time. And most lighting, the least would be the TV. So I'll hand you over to Siobhan.
Okay. Well, the answer is there is no single correct answer, as items are used in the home for different lengths of time and some need more or less energy to work. However, as a good rule, those with moving parts or those which produce heat cost much more to run than those that produce light or sound. So hopefully that'll have matched up with your choices at home.
Very good. And you can see them on your screen as well. So brilliant. Okay, now we're ready to move on to our next activity. So how can we make new choices so that we spend less money whilst being kind to the environment? So what we're going to do now is to play a little matching game. So all you need to do is match the picture, which will be shown in the slide, to the statement that you think could work as a new way to save money. So what you could do on paper, you could draw the pictures and write the statements if you would like. However, to save time for those watching live, what you can do is you can match up the letters with the numbers and place your answer in the comment section. So for example, number 1 says it's a picture of a TV with a game consoles perhaps, and it says leaving devices switched on or on standby. Okay, so then you have to match each picture on the left with a statement below. Okay, so on the slide, you can see the 6 pictures in the statement. So you have to try and match them up correctly and send us in your answers. So while you're doing that, let's go over to Lauren and Sophia, who will give us some of them. Okay.
Yeah, so we're going to use number 1, and it's leaving devices switched on or on standby. So what do you think we could do to save energy when we're finished with these things? We could turn them off. We could turn them off. So we're going to go with F. So instead, we're going to try and only use items when we need them and turn them off when we're finished with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, good girl. And the next one, we're going to do number 2, and it's putting lots of things in the bin. So what can we do? What do we do instead of putting things in the bin? Don't we use lots of boxes and toilet rolls for making craft?
Yes.
Don't we? So we reuse a lot of our stuff to make funny things, don't we? So
Toilet thing that's inside of it.
the toilet roll that's inside of it. So we're going to go
Good.
with answer for D, to reuse materials so that there is less waste. And then number 3, using the tumble dryer or the hair dryer. Instead of using the tumble dryer to dry all the clothes, what can we do?
Put them on the washing line.
We can hang them out on the washing line and let them dry instead. So we will go with answer B. Instead, we'll let things dry naturally.
Very good. You explained them very well, Sophia. Well done. And lots of answers coming in with Esther, 4A, Emilu, 1A, 5A from Aoife, 1F, 2D. So that's great. So let's go over to Claire, Olivia, and Nicole and see if they can finish them off.
All right, okay, he's ready? Yeah, we've got all the, what we think of the answers then. So for number 4, we thought it was E. That's right, yeah. And can you remember what that was? So instead of leaving the lights on all over the house, what could you do?
Try turning them off as soon as you leave the room.
That's right. Or even maybe not have them on at all if you don't need them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then for number 5, we had, what letter did we decide? What one?
Say.
No, that was number 6. We
A.
decided A, didn't we?
Yeah.
So instead of going everywhere in the car, what could you do?
You could walk, cycle,
Yeah, and you thought of a few other ones as well, didn't you?
travel,
What do you love going out on?
skate.
Yeah, love going out on your scooter instead, couldn't you? And because it's a bit faster than walking, isn't it? Yeah. And then for the last one, number 6, which one did we go for?
We went for C. Instead, try taking short showers to use less hot water.
Instead of taking a long bath. Yeah? Yeah.
Oh, very good. Explained so well, Siobhan, didn't they?
They did. It was fantastic.
That's brilliant. Well done, everyone. And everyone's coming in with all the right answers, so that's great. So look at the answers to your matching activity shown in the slide and consider which change in behaviour is good for the environment and explain your answer. So think about what would be good for the environment, okay? So you can discuss your choices again with a family member, write them down in paper or put them in the comment section. So we're thinking about change in behaviour is good for the environment and explain your answer. So let's go over to our families again. So let's go to Sophia and see what they think first. Okay.
So if we were to change something in our family, what would you change? How much we drive in the car, didn't you say?
Yeah.
Because what would you prefer to do? You prefer to go for
A walk.
a walks.
Yes, so that's a good one, isn't it? Very good. Good. And let's see what Claire, Olivia and Nicole think.
We were the same actually, yeah. They were saying go out less in the car. Because Olivia, what did you say about the car?
Car burns diesel and petrol, which are fossil fuels and are bad for the environment.
That's right, yeah.
Oh, fabulous. Well done. Great.
Yeah, and then you also said, what did you say about switching things off in the house, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of things are switched on and left on in this house long after the person stopped using them. So I think that's one big change we could make.
Very good, very good. Well done. And I know in my house at the minute, we're getting all our washing outside in the line, which is great. So I'm not having to use my tumble dryer. So I know that we're trying our best in this house as well. So Siobhan, I'll hand you over to you.
Yes, well, by learning about choices that we can make every day will hopefully help us save some money and also have a happier and healthier planet.
That's great, yes. And there's Martin Dalzell saying they want to be able to recycle more as well. So that's great. Thank you everyone for all your answers, and you've all done so well there. So you have. So we're going to move on to the little section now, the quiz, to see how much you have learned today. So you can write your answers down or put them in the comment section and we'll read them out, okay? So you'll see the questions on the screen. So saving energy, saving money quiz. So number 1, what is the meaning of environmentally friendly? So what does environmentally friendly mean? And let's go to Lauren and Sophia to see what their answer is.
What does environmentally friendly mean? Something that does not harm the environment.
Very good. And that's correct, Siobhan, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep, that's correct.
Very good. So something that doesn't cause harm to the environment. I can see lots of you putting that answer in, so that's great. Question number 2. How do banks help people be environmentally friendly? So question 2, how do banks help people be environmentally friendly? So let's go to Claire and the girls and see what they think.
You came up with a good one, Olivia, didn't you? Yeah, what did you think?
People can borrow money from the banks to buy environmentally friendly things like electric cars.
Very good. Yes, that's great. Good. Excellent. And I can see there's people saying yes, nice to the environment, and also somebody saying they can lend people money to for the solar panels as well. So all good, Siobhan? Yep.
Yep, well done.
That's great. Okay, so question number 3. In general, which objects in the home cost lots of money to run? So in general, which objects in the home cost lots of money to run? And we'll go to Lauren and Sophia to see what their answer is for this question number 3.
What's your answer then? Ones that give off a lot of
Heat.
Objects that give off a lot of heat. And what does Mummy use every day?
Hair dryers.
Like
That's
your
good.
hairdryer.
That's great. And that's exactly it. Things which give off a lot of heat. Okay. So Jack's a dishwasher and a washing machine as well, a cooker. Yeah, things which give off a lot of heat. Brilliant. Okay, question number 4. What could we do to save money in the home? What could we do to save money in the home? Okay, so while you're putting your answers in for that, let's see what Claire, Olivia and Nicole think.
Well, what did you think?
I thought put clothes on the washing line instead of the tumble dryer.
Yeah, we can definitely do that in the weather at the minute, can't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. And was there anything else you thought of? What else could we do in our house to try and save energy and save money?
You could dry stuff by hand instead of using the dishwasher.
Don't know about
Good.
that.
You could help your mummy do that one, couldn't you? Very good. Excellent. And Aoife's saying only use the shower for 5 minutes as well. So that's great. So turn all the lights off. Remember, put the TV on standby. Only use the oven or kettle when we need them. Let clothes dry outside. Jack says turn everything off and finish and only boil what you need in the kettle. So that's great. You've all done so well. Listened so well. Well done. Okay, now we're ready for a quick question round. This is sometime in the session to answer some of your great questions about money. So I have a wee visitor here today, Siobhan. I know somebody who asks great questions all the time. I have Aoife here. Say hello, Aoife.
Hi.
Hi.
You want to say hello to anyone while you're here?
Yeah, I would love to give a shout out to Ollie in St. Patrick's Primary School.
That's great. Well, you've just done that. Now, you're going to make it an easy or a hard question for Siobhan? What do you think, Siobhan?
Go easy. You always
Go.
ask me
Off
hard
you go.
ones.
What is the best thing kids can do to save energy?
Oh, that is a really good question. So there are lots and lots of things that kids can do to help save energy. So we could try to watch less TV and perhaps even read a book. So to read a book, it doesn't require any electricity. And I actually think it's a lot more relaxing. Turn off your TVs, your laptops, your game consoles when not being used, even if they're, make sure that they're turned off at the plug rather than standby, because that's still causing energy. And for any kids that are watching at home, if you're anything like my kids, they're looking in the fridge about 100 times a day, seeing what snacks are in there. So if we could try to stop opening and closing our fridge doors so many times throughout the day, because that wastes a lot of energy.
That's great. Well done, Siobhan. What about another one, Aoife?
Why does it cost money to use energy?
Oh, you see, I knew you were going to give me a harder one to answer. Well, it costs money to use energy because there's significant costs involved in producing energy. So if we use electricity, for example, there's a significant cost of producing electric. So both very large capital investments which have to be paid for, but also the cost of fuel and the maintenance of equipment. So the cost is especially high because electricity has to be produced on demand and it can't be grown or stored for future distribution. So that's a really good question.
Oh, well done, Aoife. Good girl. Okay, let's see if Lauren and Sophia have any questions. Or if Claire, Olivia and Nicole. Any questions? Okay, yes.
Yes, Sophia has a bit of a money-related question. And she wants to know,
how is paper money made?
Okay, so that's another hard question that I've been asked. So, you might know now that the banknotes are being changed to notes called Polymer Banknotes. And Polymer Banknotes are made using like a layering printing process. So it starts with a polymer sheet, and then each element is added until the banknote becomes complete, and it's cut and tested for imperfections. They also use enhanced security features such as see-through windows and holograms, which make it really hard for fraudsters to try to be able to copy. But the good news as well about these notes is that they're stronger than the paper ones, and they last about 2.5 times longer than the old paper notes. So that makes them even more environmentally friendly, which is really good. And in fact, the Carbon Trust has certified that the carbon footprint, say, on a £5 polymer note is 16 times lower than the paper version. So fits in well with today's topic as well.
Very good.
That's a much better answer than I gave.
And I'm so glad, Siobhan, I don't have to answer these questions. So let's see if Claire, Olivia and Nicole have a question.
I'm not sure it's going to get any easier for you there, Siobhan.
Oh, please.
What's your question?
If I was to turn off everything in my house, how much money would I save?
Okay, so it's very hard to give you an answer if you were to switch off everything in your house. So obviously the more that things that you can keep switched off and not use, it is going to make a big reduction in your bills. But on average, if you were to turn everything off in your house that you normally keep on standby, that would reduce your energy bill by about 12%.
Wow.
Very good. Yeah, very good. That's great. And any tips today, Siobhan, for us?
Yes, so we have a top tip, and this is for all our children that are watching today and how we can help out our parents. So if you see a little red dot on a piece of equipment, that means that the equipment is on standby. So that is still producing energy and it's still costing us money. So every time you see that appliance with a little red dot, if you could just remind your parents to go and turn it off at the plug.
That's good advice, isn't it?
I know. So there's our time over again. The session just flies in. So to increase your understanding about money, why not visit the mymoneysense.com website, where we have interactive activities and games on the section for students aged 5 to 8.
That's great. Yes, thank you so much for joining us, and to everyone who watched, and thank you to our 2 families who joined us as well. They answered so well, really explained everything very, very well today. So that was great. So in the next 30 minutes, we're going to continue the topic of energy saving, because that makes money saving for Key Stage 2 children. So hopefully we'll see some of you then. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Hello and welcome back to MoneySense Mondays. This session is for young people between the ages of 8 and 12, and we will be exploring how energy saving equals money saving. My name is Siobhan and I'm Community Banker here at Ulster Bank, and I'm really excited to welcome you all back for another fun-filled lesson. Just a quick reminder for those of you who are watching live at home, it would be great if you could leave us a comment with your name and the school that you attend, and we'll try to give as many shout outs as possible. So I'd like to start by saying a big hello to the Gill family, who I know have been watching us every week. So there are many ways and benefits to being environmentally friendly, which is when people try not to harm the environment. However, one thing that you might not be aware of is that a greener lifestyle can actually save you money. So more and more people want to learn ways to maintain a healthier planet for the future. Therefore, the session today will highlight some new things you could do to take care of the planet, as well as save some pennies.
That's great, Siobhan. Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Bruno Reid and I'm a primary school teacher, and I'm delighted to be joining you today for MoneySense Mondays. My job today is to work through some fun activities to give you a greater understanding of money. And thank you to everyone who's joined us. I can see we have Olivia, age 8, who's back and joining us again from St. Ada's Primary School. Aoife's here, Hector, P4 from St. Comgall's Primary, and Ryan Stranney, hello, my own little pupil from Legamati Primary School in Downpatrick. Welcome, and thank you all for joining in. And I also would like to say hello to Aisling Gilchrist, who I know is watching today as well, okay? So we are also joined today, we've got some families with us. We have Donna, who's with Olivia and Noling, joining us today. And we have Niamh and Emer. Yeah, there's Donna and Olivia. Great. How are you?
You're all good.
Is there anyone you want to say hello to?
I want to give a shout out to my family and my cousins and friends and teachers.
And what's going on?
Portaferry Graded Primary School.
And I can see there's Amy and Izzy from Portaferry Integrated Primary School who are watching you right now. Isn't that good? Very good. Good. We'll be with you very soon. And then we have Noling, Niamh and Emer.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
Good.
That's great. And anyone you want to say hello to? Or do you want to say what school you're at?
St. Clair's Abbey Primary School, Derry.
Very good. Good. And we will be with you very soon, okay? And I have a special guest here as well today, Siobhan, who's going to join us later on to ask some questions. This is Aoife. Say hello.
Go.
Hi.
Hi, Aoife. Go easy on the questions. Nice, easy ones this week.
Do you want to say hello and tell everyone what school you're at?
Our lane in St. Patrick's Primary School.
And say hello to your cousin who you know is watching.
Yeah, Aisling.
Very good. She'll be with us very soon to ask Siobhan some great questions, because Siobhan always looks forward to Aoife's questions every week. So that's great. So during the session today, make sure you've got some pens, paper and a calculator you might need. So once we have all that stuff, we will be ready to get started. And hello, Noling, Niamh and Emer, and that's from Fiona Valentine. And Tom, age 9 from Mount Norris Primary School as well, has joined us. So that's great. Okay, so what we want to start off by thinking of, why do you think some people want to be environmentally friendly? Okay, so we're talking all about the environment today and how we can be environmentally friendly. So why do you think some people want to be environmentally friendly? So if you leave your answers in the comment section and we'll read some of them out. And while you're doing that, let's go to Donna and Olivia first and see what they think.
So why do you think some people want to be environmentally friendly?
To help the planet be safe and be healthy and be beautiful.
Oh, lovely.
Oh,
That's a really lovely answer. That is, good girl. And let's see what Noling, Niamh and Emer think.
And to help save money. So that there's not that much waste in the ocean.
And anything else?
And to keep the future generations coming.
Very good. Oh, they've explained them so well. Lovely. Very good. And different reasons as well, which is great, isn't it, Siobhan? So I can see Hector has said to have a good planet for future generations. And Amy says to save all the animals, which is lovely. So yes, so there's lots of different possible answers, such as protecting the wildlife to prevent further global warming, to make the planet healthier, so future generations can live somewhere beautiful. It's the right thing to do. It makes you feel good, and most important, then it will also save us all money. Okay, so what we want you to do now is we want you to try and draw a symbol or a logo that you could pin up in your window to show your neighbours or people who walk by your house that you support being environmentally friendly. So draw a symbol or a logo, or think about what that symbol or logo might be, and you could even put it in the comment section what you think that logo might look like. Hello, Aoife and Mrs. Reid from Ashling. Hello, how are you? Thanks for joining. And there's Ryan who says to look after a planet for everyone else. Okay, so think about the logo that you could put up on your windowsill, and you could write it in your comment section, and we'll go to Donna and Olivia first and see what logo they could think of.
What does it say?
Very good.
Love our planet and go green.
Lovely. Isn't that a lovely logo? Good girl. And let's see Nolan, Neve and Emer and see what logo they could have. And what's that mean?
The recycling symbol.
Very good. To be able to know to recycle everything better and look after your environment, yeah? Brilliant. Great. Okay, so now let's hear from Siobhan, who's going to tell us a wee bit more.
Okay, so banks can help people to be environmentally friendly by allowing them to borrow money from the bank to become more eco-friendly. So for example, you can take out a loan to buy solar panels for your house, or even to buy an electric car. And the bank also supports companies who are helping to create energy which is much more sustainable, such as wind power, which are your windmills, and solar power, such as your solar panels. And in the bank as well, we do various things ranging from using energy-saving light bulbs and having lots of recycling bins to encouraging our staff to travel to work by public transport or even cycling or walking. Ulster Bank also aim to reduce how much carbon dioxide they emit into the atmosphere and is trying to become carbon positive by 2025. So that means that they will produce more energy than their buildings need and give it back into the supply of energy out there for others to use. So they'll do this by using wind and solar energy. Pretty cool, isn't it? You can also research carbon neutral and carbon positive to find out more about what these terms mean and how lots of companies are also doing this.
Very good. Lots of great advice and tips and different things that they're doing there to try and look after the planet. Great. Okay, so using electrical equipment uses energy and costs money, particularly appliances that use movement and or heat. So one easy change that every household can make is to turn off all electrical equipment once it has been used. So some electrical equipment can be put on standby, which is like putting an appliance to sleep without fully turning it off. Therefore, it is still using energy, and that means it's still costing us money. Sometimes you can tell if something is on standby as there might be a small light showing. However, this is not always the case. So what we want you to try and have a think of now is think about some appliances that you think use energy while on standby. Okay, and if you write them in the comments section, we'll be able to read some of them out to you. So we will, okay? So let's go to Donna and Olivia, who can see if they can tell us anything that they can think of that would use energy while in standby.
The TV, the oven, the coffee machine. My mum turns it on. Dad gets mad.
Let's turn it off. Doesn't he come and pull the switches off, doesn't he?
Well, that's the right thing to do, isn't it? Good girl. Well done. And let's see Nolan, Neve and Emer if they can tell us any.
What do you think?
The TV, a computer, the shower, the washing machine, gaming console.
Like phone chargers?
Yeah, also phone chargers.
Yeah, there really is lots of answers, isn't there, Siobhan, that of things that they're kept on.
And they've covered everything that I had on my list as well. So
very good. I know in our house it's the phone chargers. I always have to go around and make sure they're all turned off, charging up all the phones and laptops. So that's great. Okay, now we're going to move on. So fancy a challenge for this. You might need a calculator, or else you'll be able to use all those great mental math strategies that your fabulous teachers have been teaching you. So the Energy Saving Trust found out that in the UK, around 12% of total household bills are from equipment which is left on standby. You can see it up on the screen there. So the Energy Saving Trust found out in the UK, around 12% of total household bills are from equipment on standby. And that's where the average yearly electricity bill in the UK is £530. What we want you to do is try and work out the average cost of equipment on standby each year. So to do that, you have to think of what's 12% of 530. Okay, so there's different ways that you can work that out. One of them is shown on the screen where you divide it by 100 and times by 12. Let's see if you can think of any other ways of doing this. And Ray says our family have brought a litter picker so we can pick up our litter when we're out on our family walk. Isn't that great, Siobhan, isn't it?
Well done,
Very
Ray.
good, Ray. Brilliant, brilliant. Okay, so let's go to our first family and see if they can tell us how we could find 12% of 530.
So what did we use?
We used the calculator. It's 63.6.
£63.60.
Very good. And did you do the wee sum in the calculator divided by 100 times 12?
No, we were sneaky. Didn't we use the percentage button, didn't we?
Oh, yes. Well, that was good. Well, do you know what? You got the same answers. That's brilliant. Great. Well done. Well done. And let's go to our next family and see if they find it.
So what did you do, Emer?
So we got how much the 1% was, and then we times it by 12, and we got 63.60 pence.
That's great. So you were able to find 1% by dividing by 100 and then times it by 12. So that's great. Well done. Very well explained. And it just shows you they both got the same answer, didn't they? So there's always lots of different ways to do a sum and maths, isn't there? And Hector's come in with the correct answer as well, 63.6. So I'll hand the maths over to Siobhan.
Yes, so both families got it right. So it costs £63.60 to leave equipment on standby for a year. So that's an amount of money that we could be saving. So there's a couple of different ways that we could have worked it out. So we could have used the percentage button. We could have did 530 divided by 100 and multiplied by 12, and we would have got our £63.60. Or we could have did 0.12 multiplied by 530. Whatever way we did it, we'd all get the same answer, which is £63.60 a year just by turning it off. And I know I'm looking all around here and I'm spotting far too many things sitting on standby. So
and you could be thinking of those lovely handbags or a lovely pair of shoes that you could buy with £63.60, Siobhan.
Absolutely.
I'm exactly the same, I know. So, okay, so moving on. So other than turning off equipment at the plug socket, what other new things can people do to save money while saving the planet? Okay, so think about other ways that you can do it. So what we're going to do is we have statements which will be shown on the screen. For each one, try and suggest a different activity that a person could maybe do to try and save energy and money. So you can write out the explanation to each one. If you prefer, you can choose just a few from the list to save time. Your answers can be written on paper, or you can leave a comment if you're watching live. So you can see now on the screen are 6 statements. So can you think of an alternative behaviour? So young people must try and provide different things that a person could do to save money. So you can see there, instead of placing all the waste in one bin, what could you do instead? Okay, so the statements are on the screen. Okay, so let's go to Don and Olivia first, who are going to have a go at tell us some of the things that they could do.
Instead of placing everything in one bin.
We have a food bin, a paper bin, and a rubbish bin.
So we can put it all in separately, can't we?
Very good, yeah. And what about number 2? Can you tell us anything for number 2?
I usually dry my hair to let it stay, and then we put our clothes on the washing line.
With Olivia's hair, we can't put anything near it. Dries naturally, doesn't it?
Oh, it's lovely, Olivia. You're very lucky. Good girl. And what about number 3, Olivia? Putting lights on in every room of the house?
What can we do differently than putting all the lights on?
We put the lights off when you're going downstairs.
Very good. So turn the lights off whenever you leave the room. Good girl. Excellent. And I can see some answers coming in. Jimmy says to recycle. Izzy says use recycling bins, hang clothes in the line. Hector placing things in different bins for recycling. Cycling to school and not taking the car. Okay, that's great. And let's go over to Nolan and the girls to see what they can tell us for the rest of them. Okay?
So number 4, using a car to travel to school. If you live far away, you could drive halfway and then walk the rest of the way.
It's a good idea.
close, you can just walk to it or either cycle or run on the scooter to school.
Very good. And what about number 5?
You could have a shower instead of having a hot bath.
Good. And putting the heating on when it is cold?
If it's cold, you could wrap yourself in a blanket or wear a really warm top if you're cold.
Great. That's great. Brilliant. I think they've all come up with lots of different ways, Siobhan, haven't they?
Yep. All
That's
great.
great. Good. Amy says, wear a warm jumper if you're cold. Ray and Cara says, don't waste water and turn off lights whenever you leave the room. So that's great. So from the suggestions that we have discussed, which alternative behaviour do you think would be the best for the environment, and why do you think so? So you can discuss your choices with a family member and then write them down in the comment section and we'll read them out. So again, think, which alternative behaviour do you think would be the best for the environment and why? Okay, so let's go to Donna first and see what they can tell us.
What do you think's the best?
Recycling.
And why do you think recycling?
Because
it'll help you.
It helps to keep the planet safe and healthy.
Oh, good girl. Well done. That's a good one. Yeah. And let's go to Nolan, Niamh and Emer to see what one they think would be good.
Reusing stuff.
Like we have bamboo toothbrushes, and then once you're done with them, they can be reused again because they go into the ground and then you can make a new one out of them.
Very good. Great. Good girl. Okay. Right, Siobhan, I'll hand over to you.
Yes, well, learning about choices that we can make every day will hopefully help us save money and have a happier future and a healthier planet.
Great, that's brilliant. Okay, so now it's quiz time. So we're going to try a wee quiz to see what you have learned today and see how well you have listened. Okay, so you can write your answer in the comment section for each and we will read them out whenever we see them come in. Okay, so question number 1. Why might people want to be environmentally friendly? So why might people want to be environmentally friendly? So put your answers in the comment section and we'll go to Donna first and see what their answer is. Okay, question 1. Why might people want to be environmentally friendly? Okay, Donna and Olivia, are you there? Yes, that's great.
Why do you think? Because
It helps save the planet.
It helps to save the planet. Excellent. And the Eve is also saying they want to be able to save the world as well. That's great. Yeah, good girl. Okay, and question number 2. Okay, what does it mean when a piece of equipment is on standby? So what does it mean when a piece of equipment is on standby? Okay, so again, if you put your answers in on the comment section, so when a piece of equipment is on standby. So let's go to Nolan and the girls and see what they can tell us.
If the equipment's on standby, it means it's not fully turned off and it's still using up energy.
Yeah, very well explained there. Good girl. Well done. Great. Okay, and I can see other answers coming in, I suppose, maybe for the other ones first. So to save the planet, says Emma Lowe. Esther says to help the planet survive. And there's answers coming in for question number 2. When something is in standby, it's actually not turned off and still using energy. We're doing well, Siobhan, aren't we?
Yeah, we're doing well.
Yeah,
and
that's great.
Sometimes there can be, you can see like a little light on the appliance as well to let us know that it's on standby.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so question number 3. In the UK, what percentage of household bills are from equipment on standby? So in the UK, what percentage of household bills are from equipment on standby? So if you think back to the wee maths question and percentages that we worked out a few minutes ago. Okay, so and let's see what Donna thinks. Okay, Donna and Olivia, yeah, okay.
Around 12%.
It was around 12%. Good. Well done. Excellent. And you were able to work that out so well, weren't you? So it was around 12%, wasn't it, Siobhan? Yep.
Yep. Well done.
Okay,
That's great. 12%.
Yeah, brilliant. And question number 4. What can people do to try and save money and be more environmentally friendly? So what can people do to try and save money and be more environmentally friendly? Okay, so put your answer in for question number 4 and let's go to Nolan, Niamh and Emer to hear their answer.
once you leave a room, you can turn off the light switch and you can recycle and take a shower instead of a bath.
Very good. Yep. All of those things you can do to be environmentally friendly. That's brilliant. And I can see other answers in. Yeah. So turn off the light, switch electrical appliances off at the switch. Try to take less baths. Try and reduce the use of equipment that uses heat and movement as well. So brilliant. Well done, everyone. You've done so well at that quiz. So you have. Okay. So now we're going to move on to our quick question round. So a chance for you, if you have any questions that you would like to ask us all about money and in particular all about energy, to do with money, you can ask some questions, and I'm joined by Aoife here, our great question person who joins us every week. You always ask lots of questions, so we've allowed Aoife to come on today to ask Siobhan the questions. Okay, right, Aoife, off you go.
What does carbon neutral mean?
Okay, so carbon neutral is a term used to describe carbon-based fuels that when burnt will not increase carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. So these fuels neither contribute to nor reduce the amount of carbon into the atmosphere.
Very good. Did you understand that, Aoife?
Yeah.
Yes, good girl. Okay, another question.
What uses the most energy in the house?
Okay, so probably the top 5 things that I think would use most energy in the house would be something, our heating systems, our cooling systems, our water heaters, our washer and dryers, and our lights.
Very good. Oh, you're going to be very good, aren't you? And telling everyone to make sure everything's turned off when it's needed in the house. Very good. And let's see if Donna and Olivia have any questions to ask.
Your question?
What happens if your money in the bank runs out?
What happens if your money in your bank runs out? So if your money in the bank runs out, Olivia, then you'll have no money to buy anything. So it's really important that everybody has listened to all our topics over the last 7 weeks and have been thinking about how we could try to save some money. Because if you run out of money, then you have no money to buy things. Or whenever you're an adult, you may be able to actually borrow some money from the bank as well. But for the kids watching at home, if your money runs out, then unfortunately it means that you won't be able to buy anything until you save up some more. Thank you.
Good girl, well done. And let's see, Noel, Neve, and Emer, if they have any questions.
How does recycling save you money?
Okay, so that's a really good question as well. So recycling helps you to save money because you're reusing things. So if I'm trying to think what kind of things will I recycle in my house, so when we're all using lots and lots of hand wash at the minute, aren't we? Because we're making sure we're washing our hands lots more times. So when I'm buying new hand wash, I buy one a refill one. So that actually costs less than buying the full thing. When I'm buying my coffee, I buy it and it comes in a packet, and then when I take it home, I pour it into the jar. So again, that costs less money. I know for my children, I'm very lucky that they have got older cousins, and just this week, their aunt arrived with a big bin bag full of clothes. So we get to recycle the clothes in our family. So it means that I can save money. I didn't have to go and buy those clothes for my children because they're very lucky that their cousins always pass them on when they're finished. So that's lots of different ways that you can save money by recycling. And what kind of things do you recycle in your house?
You recycle clothes.
Shoes.
And what else? We do the soap as well, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah,
Great.
very good.
And we use water bottles instead of buying plastic bottles too.
Fantastic.
That's great. Very good.
Very good.
Very good. Go for it, Aoife. You can ask Siobhan the next one here.
Any top tips today, Siobhan?
I do have. Look, I've been joined.
Oh, there we go.
This is the joys from working from home. So yes, I do have a top tip today. So once that you have your phone or your iPad or your device fully charged, then make sure that we're switching it off at the plug, because again, that's still using energy, and then again, still costing lots of money. So
very good. Great.
That's
great.
all we have time for today. So Jack, do you want to do this wee bit?
Thank you all for joining us here today. We hope you enjoyed this, and remember, you can always log on to MoneySense.com
to learn
more
whilst
at home.
MoneySense.
MoneySense website includes lots more fun games, video and
Articles.
articles for parents too.
So thank you, Jack, because this was not planned at all. We didn't realise that Jack was going to be joining the
He just
session
wanted to
today.
come and sure, why not,
So
Jack? Isn't that right? Good boy.
We'll maybe bring him back next week. And if you would like to watch any of our previous sessions, so this is our 7th session, you can go back on to the Ulster Bank Northern Ireland Facebook page, where you will find all the sessions, or again, you can also go on to our YouTube channel.
That's great. Yes, thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you. And Aoife, do you want to say anything?
We hope you had fun learning more about saving energy and money. We will put some of the ideas you learned into practice at home.
That's great. And we look forward to seeing you again next week, same time. And have a good week, everyone. Okay, all the best. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I guess